Hello, this is Liam in for Bear. Today's Ask turns the camera on itself. We're tearing down Deep Explainer, the skill that makes episodes exactly like this one. The answer is already on screen. A documentary body with a quota, stills a human left in a pantry, and two gates that refuse to let the machine get ahead of the audio. Act 1, the episode cut, same bookends as every reel on this channel, and a completely different middle. Three siblings share one skeleton, cold open in the composer, verdict, your turn, title, outro. AI Explainer fills the middle with a tight reel. Deep Explainer fills it with Acts, a documentary that runs 5 to 10 minutes. The routing test is scope, one insight, that's an AI Explainer, mostly math Explainer, mostly a build, Claude Explainer. Deep Explainer takes the multi-act concept, several linked mechanisms, each needing its own instances and evidence, a chapter, not a claim. So picture the genre as an editing bench, labeled bins, physical strips of film, every strip cut to the voice that will run under it. The machine assembles, the human curates, that division of labor is the whole design. The spine is fixed and short, B00 cold open, acts 1 through N, verdict, your turn, title, reread. Every act opens with a card naming it. In a 10-minute film the viewer always knows where they are. Act 2, the beat mix contract, the quota this genre exists for, in the skill's own words. Count body beats only, bookends exempt, Vox 20 to 25%, Manum 25 to 40, Remotion 30 to 45, cards take the remainder. 4 lanes, hard numbers, linted at the plan gate before anything renders. Why legislate a mix? Because the failure modes are real cuts someone made. Push everything into Remotion and the film flattens into a deck. Push everything into Vox stills and it's a slideshow with a narrator. The texture is the mix. The lint has teeth. Vox share outside 15 to 30% draws a warning. Outside 10 to 35 it fails the plan. More than 2 consecutive beats in one lane warns 2, except inside a run, where sameness is the point. Rhythm is codified too, 7 to 14 seconds a beat, 25 to 45 words of narration, 30 to 50 beats an episode. Planning estimates at 2.9 words a second, but the measured audio is the only clock that counts. Act 3, the pantry law, the one lane the machine cannot fill alone. A Vox beat generates nothing. It expects a still, waiting in a folder called pantry, like preserves on a shelf, labeled by beat. The contract in the file's own words, the human supplies the plate, the machine supplies the motion. Watch the treatment run, desaturate around 80%, contrast up to 1.15, seated on the cream stage, film grain at low opacity, warm ink vignette. 1 terracotta accent, hand-drawn, Claude wearing documentary texture, never a Vox clone in Claude's clothes. 5 legal moves, Ken Burns, ease out bias, documentary not bouncy, cut out, a spring pop onto the stage, parallax, 3 layers drifting at different rates, draw on, the ring keyed to the spoken word, and hold, legal for a portrait, never twice in a row. Act 4, the run, the only continuous shot this genre allows. The documentary one-shot feel is scoped to runs, 2 or 3 consecutive Vox beats authored as one camera move. You're inside one right now, tight on a single storyboard frame, and the camera already knows where the next beat begins. Continuity here is a serialized contract, not narrative trust. The beat you left wrote a handoff block, camera position, scale, every object in this beat's first frame had to reproduce it. Watch the ease out, the whole wall, 3 frames on one string. And the limit is deliberate, max 3 beats, never across an act boundary. Never the whole film, chaining 40+ beats through prose prompts is exactly the fragility this rule exists to kill. Pan to the consequence, cut hard everywhere else. The handoff is data, not vibes, camera X, Y, scale and object list, authored at plan time, so continuity survives any re-render. Render the run as one composition or as pinned clips, either is legal because the frames agree by contract. Act 5, the 2 gates, both built to keep the machine honest about what actually exists. Gate 1, the first compile is a full-length previz, and every unfilled Vox slot renders as a slate, beat ID, narration line, terracotta pointer. Honest by design, at this scale the pantry is the bottleneck, and the previz is what the human paces against. We ask Claude to render what a slated beat actually looks like on the previz. There it is, the slate, the ID, the line the voice will read, and the pointer naming the missing file. Manum and Remotion beats render for real, they're free, so the previz is watchable end-to-end while the pantry fills. Gate 2 is an ordering law. Shopping.md is written only after audio lock because until the voice is measured, no card can state its duration requirement. The skills words, a list with estimated durations, is a defect, not a head start. Every missing still is tier tagged. Tier 1, generic, generate or stock, no escalation. Tier 2, a real object, verify the item's stated rights, not the institution's reputation. Tier 3, a named real person, the rights check escalates to the human every time. Act 6, the design tell what this file is really guarding against, judged honestly. Read the file closely, every law names the wreck it prevents in writing. The quota names the deck in the slideshow. The run cap names the fragile 40-beat chain. Not style advice, design decisions compiled into contracts a linter can actually check. Where it bites, the pantry. Machine lanes render free and instantly. The Vox lane waits on a human sourcing stills. The design admits it, that's why the previz exists and why an explicit ship with slates override is written into the gate. The tell of the tell is Rule 5. When a source mixes verified and fabricated claims, mark which were independently checked, inheriting the source's confidence is the exact failure mode these episodes are about. A genre that audits itself earns the skepticism it teaches. Let's recap with Claude. Deep Explainer is the episode cut, same bookends, documentary middle. The beat mix is a linted quota because the texture is the mix. Vox beats animate human-supplied stills. Continuity lives only inside 3-beat runs with serialized handoffs. The previz ships honest with slates. And the shopping list waits for the audio. Durations are measured, never estimated. Your turn, here's the prompt. Read the Deep Explainer skill. MD in the Brutalist toolkit under skills make Deep Explainer. I want to plan a long-form episode about a subject I know deeply. Plan only, no renders, no audio. 1. Propose the act map, acts named 4 to 8 beats each. 2. Assign every body beat a lane and show me the histogram against the quota. Vox 20 to 25%, Manum 25 to 40. Remotion 30 to 45. 3. Place the Vox runs, maximum 3 beats, never across an act boundary and write the handoff blocks. 4. List the pantry stills I would owe you, tier tagged. Run it on something you know deeply, then read the histogram back. If it drifts all remotion, you just watched your episode flatten into a deck before it cost you a single render. That's the plan gate doing its job on your material. Claude documented Liam in for bear.